About exactly, but listen, another one. I mean, you personally, Alberto, Julia, everybody as founders of the Formula E Championship must be feeling very, very proud of seeing this Gen 3 car and being less than 24 hours away from really starting the competitiveness of this marvelous machine. But you personally, how proud are you of seeing this after so many years of development of the technology, and Formula E still leading the way for EV development?
Well, thank you, and hello everyone. It's great to be back in Mexico, like every year. As you know, this is one of my favorite races, and this race is very special. Very special because we are going to race with the Gen 3. And that's a moment that, of course, makes me personally very, very proud. I want to start by thanking a lot of people that have been key to deliver this Gen 3. We will see tomorrow. We have done some testing. Of course, the FIA, our suppliers, Handbook, Spark, and many others that have contributed to the creation of this Gen 3. And you know, for me especially, because together with Alberto, we started Formula E almost, 11 or 12 years ago, that was the idea. It's incredible that we come to the Gen 3. The first car was 2 cars. We couldn't do the race with 1 car. So if you will remember, we had to do 2 cars, had to change car to finish the race. That was not ideal. Gen 2, the objective was to do it only with 1 car. So we couldn't really focus on making the car that we really wanted. We couldn't be incredibly ambitious in other areas because we had to just make a car that would finish the race in 1 go. And we did it. And Gen 2, I think, delivered fantastically for Formula E. And then here comes Gen 3. And you know, in Gen 3, maybe me, because I'm a bit more, I don't know, how would I define it? More risk taker, or more, have more of a I don't know, idealistic view. I love the process of Gen 3. And of course, you will have heard around the paddock how difficult it is, how many challenges there are. This doesn't work, the other thing is difficult, the other thing is tricky. That's what Formula E is about the challenge, about really making things difficult for the ones that participate in the championship. Because we have the best people, the best experts in electric cars. And they have to race to the challenge. And I think that's what we're going to see tomorrow. We're going to see the first race with the car that really is the first car that we can really show the true ambition of the ABB Formula E Championship. Our true vision. Of course, then we will have Gen 4, Gen 5. I think Formula E has an incredible future of development of technology. But the car that we're going to see tomorrow is the first car that really reflects the ambition of the ABB Formula E Championship. So, super proud. I know Alberto is super proud. The FIA also, they've done an incredible job. I know, luckily I don't have to deal with the day-to-day problems. They do. That there are many challenges, and tomorrow, for me, makes it even more exciting this weekend. You know, worrying and exciting sometimes can go together. But I think we are out for a fantastic show and a demonstration of what Formula E and what the championship, like the ABB Formula E Championship, FIA ABB Formula E Championship, can do for electrical technology.
Awesome. Alberto, this is the seventh time that Formula E races in Mexico City. It's a particular country and particular fanship, you know, and the passion here is really amazing. You've been so many years in racing, in motorsport, before Formula E. Have you ever seen this type of passion anywhere else in the world?
Well, first of all, what, English or Spanish now?
In English now, but
first of all, thank you, all of you, for being here. It's a great pleasure to be in Mexico. Mexico, as you said, is very passionate with almost everything, but especially in motorsport. We have a lot of things to uncover today. The new car, you know, 3 new teams, 3 new drivers, new cities. I mean, the championship is probably in a better position than it's ever been in. And what a better place in the world than Mexico to showcase all that. And in front of these hopefully 50,000 people that is going to show up here tomorrow, with that passion, with that belief in motorsport. I've never seen a crowd like this one almost anywhere in the world. And that was the main decision in order to start the season here. You know, we really wanted to feel that. You know, it's so important for not only us as promoter of the championship, but the teams, especially the drivers, to feel that love. You know, walking down this paddock, you know, behind the garages, where probably we're the only motorsport property in the world that gives free access to the people to be chatting with the drivers, you know, and be meeting with them and asking them for pictures and for autographs. And that makes it so special. And then, Forzo, what can we say about that Forzo? You know, when those 22 cars will pass by tomorrow and have that crowd of approximately 28,000 people cheering and shouting and loving what they're seeing. I think it's a very special moment, and that's the main reason why we're here, launching the deal here.
Tickets are sold out again this year.
Of course, we didn't have any doubt at all. At the beginning it was a little bit more challenging. We were an unknown property, you know, with years to come, you know, it was like kind of, I wouldn't call it easy, but again, the passion for motorsport of the Mexicans actually made it quite easy this year. You know, we are totally sold out, not only on grandstands, but also in the different tiers of hospitality that we have, and hopefully we're going to have a crowd of over 50,000 people here. So.
Julia Pallé, in charge of sustainability at FIA Formula E. Sustainability from the very first race was at the heart of the championship's mission. Can you elaborate on the initiatives of Formula E here in Mexico? It's a very particular country, very important in environmental and with social issues as well.
Thank you very much. First of all, it's great to be here. Obviously, also from sustainability point of view, Mexico is very, very special. And we've been really building that relationship with Mexico City and the government in Mexico year on year, since we've been racing since the very beginning here. Two projects that are very, very special to us. One, the fact that we have this relationship with UNICEF. Formula E has a global partnership with UNICEF, across all their climate-related work for the Safe and Healthy Environment Fund. But this materialized in a very specific way in Mexico, because we are working with Mexico to finance a project that is called Las Casitas de Agua y Energía. This is only thanks to Formula E, because this is a project that is only due to the fact that Formula E is investing with UNICEF in Mexico. We've been privileged to go on site, meet those children in those local communities, in Guerrero states, in Mexico City and Mexico State. And we've seen the impact that having access to clean water gives to those children in their local communities. It's important to know that roughly 60% of children don't have access to clean water in their day-to-day schools. So it makes a huge difference for them to be able to study, for their health, and also for their parents and the local communities together. It's also fantastic to see that so far this has brought a positive impact to more than 8,000 children, and again, having like the wider reach of the local communities. The other very important thing that we have here is this very specific program that is called Girls on Track. Girls on Track is a program that we share with FIA, and huge thanks again from EAST, because the whole point is to promote and develop motorsport and all technological topics adoption in the women, younger female communities. Because we know it's not as popular amongst young girls. And we are actually using the platform of the championship, the fascinating environment that we built here to showcase to girls that actually this is super exciting, they can have fantastic careers. We have series of workshops with our partners, and they are showcasing the kind of basic jobs that young girls can have and project themselves. Obviously, there's also electric cars, so they can test their driving abilities and potentially picture themselves becoming a drivers. Tomorrow in our garages. But it's also something really unique to us, and we are very proud to be hosting Girls on Track today. Actually, we have the girls 120 girls today on site with us.
Awesome. Pablo Martino, great to see you. As delegate, Formula E delegate for FIA, you've been working hands-on with Julia, with Alberto, like Alejandro was saying, on the efforts of developing this Gen 3 car, the most efficient, fastest, and most sustainable electric racing car ever built. Can you tell us a little bit more about the features, the technical features, and also any updates on the sporting format this season?
Yeah, thank you very much. So first take over on the technical aspects on how the car was conceived from the beginning. So the conception of the Gen 3 from the beginning, it was done together with Formula E, of course. So Formula E together with FIA, it set the basis of a new car, of a total new car that needs to be built up around the core basis of Formula E that they are racing in city circuits. So that creates a car that is, apart from the high-end technology that it carries this car, it was a car that from the inception it was meant to be smaller, lighter and faster. So this is basically the three key aspects that were taken into consideration when the car was built up from the beginning, and it ends up with the car that you have seen or that we see here in 24 hours time. It's a car that, from a spectator's point of view, it's amazing to see it. The car wiggles much more than the Gen 2 car. They are smaller, so this can provide much more overtaking. The cars are lighter, they can go faster, they are more performing. So basically this has been built up in order to get into a position that the car will be much more exciting to see than the previous generation. In technical aspects, so basically...
Can I interrupt you there? A very good friend of mine, Flavio Briatore from Formula 1, who never said anything good about any of our cars. When he saw the Gen 3 going, he said, finally you have a car that looks like a race car. So.
That's absolutely true as well. So basically, in terms of performance and in terms of numbers, the car has been reduced the weight in almost 60 kilos. So that's a really big figure because it's almost 15% for a race car. So it's quite impressive. The car has also an increase of power. It's increased from the 250 kilowatt of power up to 350 in attack mode. So this is almost 500 horsepower if you want to do the conversion to the thermal combustion engines. So yeah, basically there is a lot of work that it's been key topic. And in terms of sustainability also, this has been taken also in a really big consideration. The car, almost 50% of the energy that the car will use during a race is regenerated by the car itself when braking. So this is an amazing figure. You have to understand that we were coming from a figure around 15 to 20% depending on the races. So this has been almost double for Gen 3. This is in the technology that this implies is really amazing compared with the we can see in normal road cars. So yeah, basically we have been focused all our efforts on the technical side on this, and then transferring that to the sporting side, we have also made some changes in order to improve and make the championship a little bit more appealing for spectators and more interesting. You know that Formula E is always special in terms of format. Last year we did, together with Formula E, an exceptional change on the qualifying format that's proven super good to everyone. Really exciting. I think it's one of the best qualifying formats that exists anywhere. And now we are also doing some changes in the sporting format of the race. We are coming back to a format of laps. We think that it's more a racing format that can be easily explained to everyone. We are still keeping that interesting figure of the added time. Of course, we are transforming that to added laps. But this is something that is unique in Formula E, as well as the attack mode. So we are trying to make more appealing the attack mode for the strategy of the drivers. So that's why we are providing different possibilities to the drivers in order to activate this extra power during the race. So yeah, looking forward to a really good event in Mexico. It's always nice to be in Mexico. It's a beautiful country. They speak Spanish as well as we do. So yeah, looking forward to it, to be honest.
And the beautiful thing about the Gen 3 car is going to get better and better as the championship and the season develops this year. So It's gonna be great, absolutely great. So we open up to the floor for questions, preguntas, y aquí tengo unas respuestas. Por favor, nombre y medio. Adelante. A ver si tenemos micrófono. ¿Sí? Yo te lo digo.
Bueno, claro.
Carlos